What is going on, guys? Today I'm doing a review of the TaoTronics LED desk lamp. I'm gonna go over the pros and the cons, and then I'm gonna give you some of my real life experience. But before I start, if at any point in the video you guys wanna check this LED desk lamp out, there'll be an Amazon link below. So jumping right into the pros, the obvious first pro that we're gonna talk about is the absolutely amazing LED strip that comes with this. Now, obviously the most important part of any lamp, especially a desk lamp like this, is the actual LED strip. The light is not too harsh. It actually has a soft glow to it instead of like an incredibly harsh light. Now, however, that does not mean that this lamp is not bright. This lamp is extremely bright, and moving into the next pro of it, it has 5 different brightness levels. So if you're using this to work on something, if you're maybe painting something, if maybe you're a woodworker and you're working on something, this lamp would be incredible for that. It gets bright enough that you can see anything you want. And if you're using it for something like sleeping or maybe nighttime studying, it gets very, very dim too. Now, moving into the next pro, this desk lamp can actually change its warmth or cool tones, meaning that it can go a very warm tone, a more orangey tone, and then it can go to a more white, typical LED color. So if you're studying or if you're working on something, you can change it to a more bright white color. And if you're sleeping or maybe studying, or maybe you just woke up in the morning, which is what I use this a lot of times for, I go to the sleep setting or the relax setting. So to change the warm or cooler tones, they actually have 4 different settings for that. Now, the 4 different modes that they call them are reading, studying, relaxing, and sleeping. Now, if you wanted a really white light, a really bright white light, maybe you're working on something, use the reading setting. That's the brightest, whitest one. Now, if you want to do something that's a little bit less white, a little bit warmer, you're going to want to do the studying one. It's going to have a little bit less strain on your eyes. And then let's say you woke up in the morning, but you still want to look at your desk. Maybe you're writing stuff down. Maybe you're on your laptop. Do the relaxing one. It actually shows a little coffee or tea icon for it. I think that's really cool. And this can also be used if it's close to nighttime and you don't want that super white light that's gonna keep you up. Do that one. And then my personal favorite is the sleep one. This one goes all the way to the warmest setting. I love to put it on all the way dim right before I go to sleep. Now, this moves me to my next pro, and that is there's a timer on this. Now, you might think, what's the point of having a timer? Well, this thing can go extremely dim. So let's say you're gonna be up, maybe you're relaxing, maybe you're going to bed, maybe you're watching Netflix, and you want this thing on very low setting, very warm setting, but you don't wanna have to get up out of bed to turn it off, you know, in 30, 40 minutes, an hour. This actually has a timer on it, so you can click the hour button and it'll be on for 60 minutes and then it will turn off. That's really cool, so you can turn it on, fall asleep to it. When you wake up in the morning, it's not gonna be on, it's not gonna be draining power the whole night. Now, the next pro is gonna be the design, because oh my God, is this a gorgeous design. Now, the one that I have is a gorgeous glossy black. Now, you can also get this same product in a glossy white, which also looks really, really awesome. And I might actually get that for another room in my house. However, most of my setup on my desk is black, so I got the black one. Now, continuing through the design, it's not just that it's gorgeous. This thing is sturdy and it can be customized however you want. So moving from the bottom up, the base plate is heavy. When I picked this up, I thought it was gonna be some cheap, plasticky stuff. This thing is weighted, it's heavy, it feels extremely sturdy. When you get it, you take the base plate out and you screw the bottom in with this huge screw that swivels. Don't worry, it is not complicated. A 5-year-old could do it. It doesn't take very much time at all. So you screw the bottom of the light in and then it plugs in on the back of it. And this is a plug-in. Obviously, this wouldn't be a battery powered. This is not something that you would even want battery powered. However, I had to mention that. Then moving up to the rest of the lamp, the actual whole lamp can swivel on the base plate. Now, along the bottom, that's where you have all your controls for all your brightness settings, on and off buttons, all of that stuff. Now, the really cool thing about this is they're all touch sensitive buttons. You don't actually need to press the button all the way in. It's just you touch it with your finger and that's all you have to do. However, there's a problem with that you might think of. At night, maybe it's dark in the room, I can't see those buttons and now I can't feel those buttons. But TaoTronics did something to fix this problem, which I absolutely love, and I was thinking that it might have been a problem before I bought it. When you walk in, there is a soft red backlight glow behind the button that you need to click. So in the case that the lamp is off and you walk into a dark room, there is a red glow around the on and off button, so that no matter how dark it is, you can always find exactly where that button is and press it, the light comes on, and then the backlight actually changes to whatever setting it's on, the relaxing or sleeping setting or whatever, and then you can hit the up and down or the plus and minus to change the brightness settings. I have used other lamps where they've had touch sensitive buttons and they don't have a backlight glow to it, and it doesn't work because you always have to turn a light on to actually find the on and off switch for the lamp, and that doesn't make sense. This was absolutely genius that they did, and this should be in every other lamp. Now moving up the lamp, this arm can actually swivel at the same place right after the control panel. This will move back and forth a little bit if you want it, so that way you can push the arm out further so you can have the base plate sitting much further down, but still have the light over what you're working on. Then going up from that, you have the skinnier light bar that goes up from that the light is actually under it. Now this can be turned a lot. You can actually turn this completely flat, so that if you did want to travel with this, if you did want to move it around, it's really easy. Or if on your desk you wanted to move it so it's completely out of the way, not above, not below anything, it can be folded into literally just like a stick. Now as well on the design, next to the control panel, there's actually a USB, so you can plug your phone in there, you can plug really whatever you want to charge, or anything that you need a USB port for. And then moving to the back of it, this is where you plug in the power connection. And obviously that just plugs in to a normal connection. And what's not very normal in this segment is actually having a very long detachable cord. I love that. This cord, you can actually pull it completely out of the lamp. It does not stuck in it. This is really good if you want to move it around, and it's really good in case maybe you have a cat and the cat chews through the cable. If it was connected to the lamp, that would ruin the lamp 100% and you'd have to buy a completely new one. However, if this one's cable is ruined, you can just buy a new cable and you don't have to spend any more money than that. As well, the cable is actually plenty long enough to reach wherever you need, and I personally love that because that means I can really put the lamp wherever I want and not have to worry about the length. Now as well on the lamp, if you were gonna fold it completely straight, there is actually a slit on the back of it so that you can have a slight glow coming through the back of it, so that if you just wanted a little bit of light maybe shining on the wall, that can be done. Now as well, moving to a Pro that's a little bit smaller, which is why it's further down the list, but I had to mention it because I love this. When you turn the lamp on and off, first, it is memory set to whatever you had before. So if you had it set to a certain brightness and color setting, it will remember that when you turn it on, so that it's not going to revert back to a certain thing every single time and you have to change it to your specific brightness and color. This will go back to the same memory that it had. Now as well, when you turn this on or off, this actually fades in and fades out. That I just love. I hate turning on a lamp and it just automatically on. It feels so cheap. It doesn't feel premium. This, when you turn it on, fades out and fades in. Now for all of you geeks out there, I'm gonna actually tell you the whole output of all this device. So first, the color settings are from 2000 to 5500K. So if you don't know, that is the different color setting, the warmth tone, and that is a huge range. It's really, really good. Now the output for the USB is 5 watts, so more than enough to charge any of your phone or tablet or anything that you need to charge. This thing's really solid. Now about my real life experience, and then I'm gonna move to the cons. So first, I absolutely love this lamp. It's a dream to live with. It is by far the best lamp I've ever owned. Now living with this is amazing. When you come in, you can just turn the light on, it fades in. It just sets my mood a little bit better. Lighting's a huge thing for me. I always string lights up all over my room because I think ambience is really, really important. And when I'm working at my desk and I have to focus on my work, I need my ambience to be really good, otherwise I cannot work well. I also love the base plate because I can set my phone on it. It's big enough where I know that it'll keep the lamp up and I can set my phone on it, and it just looks really nice and pretty, especially since my phone is the same black that color is, which is just normal black. So if you guys have like a Galaxy and it's black, it'll look really nice with that. Now moving to the cons, I love the gloss black. I absolutely love it, but the con has to be said. Anything gloss black, it's gonna get fingerprints on it. So if you're gonna be touching your lamp a lot, fingerprints are gonna get on it. However, they do ship this with a microfiber cleaning cloth, so that is really, really awesome. So if you ever need to wipe it down, you don't even need to get a cleaning cloth. Now, I've only had to wipe this thing down once. I just touched the bottom a lot when I was picking up my phone. The controls don't seem to get as many fingerprints as the base plate does, which is probably the thing that you're gonna see the most as far as fingerprint. Now, beyond fingerprints, that has to be my only con. This thing is incredibly well made. It feels incredibly sturdy. You can move it wherever you need to. I have every color temperature that I want. I have every brightness setting that I want. It has the LED when you walk into the room. It looks gorgeous and it saves a lot of space and matches my theme. Now guys, if you do want to get this, there's an Amazon link below. You can either get this in white or black. If you're looking for a lamp that can do everything that I said, I highly recommend this one. TaoTronics has a great track record of making amazing lamps, and this one is no exception to that. You will not be sorry that you bought this product if you want. But guys, if my review helped you out, help me out and leave a like below. But I'll see you guys later. Loss out.